What's going on, y'all? It's me coming at you again with another vid. It's reported here that Luis Ortiz must face Alexander Ustinov by or on or before June 19th of this year. Okay? It's been ordered up by the WBA that he must defend his interim title. Now, Ortiz is ranked number 5, I believe, in the W. No, he's actually the interim champion. I'm sorry. He's ranked number 6 in the world. And Ustinov is ranked number 7 by the WBA, who holds a record of 33 and 1 and 24 KOs. Okay. Now, according to Gilberto Mendoza, the subject to compliance with all applicable WBA rules and the conditions previously referenced, meaning that Ortiz must face Ustinov on or before June 19th of this year. If a purse bid is necessary, the purse bid will be split by 50-50. Now, there's no word from Ustinov's management whether they'll follow the WBA's instructions to take the fight with Ortiz or not. Okay? Now, if you ask me personally, this will be a nightmare matchup for Ustinov. I mean, Jesus Christ, he will get clearly outpointed. Not outpointed, he'll get clearly dominated by Ortiz because he'll have to deal with a guy who's a little bit younger, but a lot more experience with superior speed, punching power, athleticism, and a great wealth of amateur background. And Ustinov, on the other hand, yeah, he's a crude fighter. I mean, he can exhibit some bit of boxing ability, like flicking out that left jab. I saw him display in the David Tua fight, which you asked me, even though that is the greatest win of his career. I thought Tua won that fight, to be honest with you, because the thing about Ustinov is that he keeps his hands incredibly low and he stands straight up, so he never keeps his chin tucked in. So he's vulnerable to counters, which you saw in the Tua fight and the Pulev fight, where Pulev was just hitting him with left jabs all night long and eventually got knocked out. And Ustinov had no answer for the counters or the jabs. The counters from Tua and the jabs from Pulev. So Ortiz, he possesses all the weapons that Tua and Pulev are combined. So, and plus he's a lot more powerful than both of those guys. If you put him I take that back. He's more powerful than Pulev, obviously. But as far as David Tua in his prime, they have the same strength. But this would be a nightmare matchup for Ustinov. If you have to break it down seriously, if you ask me, this fight won't last no longer than 8 rounds, and I see Ustinov being knocked out by Ortiz. And and he's also incredibly slow. Well, when it comes to throwing punches, honestly, if anything, I don't think the Ustinov's management would take this fight, but if they do, hey, it'd probably be somewhat of a payday. But I think they're going to try to find a way to get out of this fight so they don't have to, so they can find an easier matchup for Ustinov and get a big payday from it. But honestly, I don't mind seeing this matchup just to keep Ortiz busy because we all know that he may be awaiting the winner of the Ruslan Jagayev versus Lucas Brown fight coming up in 2 months. So, I mean, that would be more of an interesting fight. And I hope that I'm hoping that Brown will pull it off, and I think he will. And if he does, I think he will definitely. I mean, that would be a very good matchup. It'd be a tough fight for Ortiz, but I still see him either outpointing Brown or even getting him out no later than 11 rounds because Brown does have a tough chin, and he has been knocked down, but I think he got knocked down where it was a flash knockdown, so he wasn't really hurt. I think that was in James Toney fight, but I have to go back and look into that. But the thing about Ustinov too, what makes him incredibly slow is that he comes in. He's a tall guy, crude as I mentioned, but he just comes in way too heavy. I think there's times he's weighed in at fights at 280, 270. Even out of the ring weight issues, he'll come in over 300 pounds. I mean, well, again, he's up in age as well. So, anyways, I'll post a link to the article below and let me know what you think about this. And who do you think is going to take this fight if this fight does come off against Ortiz and Ustinov? Care to comment, share, subscribe. Signing off. Peace.